Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is June Call, your Vice President of Marketing with My Econ, and you are on the Tuesday night online marketing system training call. We are doing this call every Tuesday at 9 p.m., and I want to welcome you to the call. We're going to get into this call right away. For those of you that are brand new, we typically cover the online marketing system itself, which is our capture pages and the information that you'll find on your capture pages. From time to time, we'll cover that. If you have any questions about that, please make sure that you write those questions down. You have a chat window where you can type in those questions. I will take any of those questions after the presentation today. But tonight, we're going to cover something a little bit different tonight. We're not going to be talking about the online marketing tool itself. Tonight, we're going to be talking about how to market using a sizzle line, a sizzle call. And so we're going to go ahead and get that done tonight so that you'll have an opportunity to see how to use a sizzle line and how to create your own sizzle line and make that work for you. So give me one quick second as we get started. All right. So the first thing I want to do is I want to tell you where you can go sign up for a free sizzle call. And the sizzle line is simplevoicebox.com. If you are out there, you've never heard of this before, go ahead and write that down, simplevoicebox.com. Now at simplevoicebox.com, you actually have 3 different plans that you can choose from. Many of us always like free. The free plan gives you a dial-in number that gives you a PIN number as well. So it's a dial-in number with a PIN. You can get toll-free service, which is just a regular number. You don't have, it's like an 800 number, and there are no PIN numbers or anything like that. That's 6 cents a minute for toll-free. That used to be valuable, but nowadays we don't have long distance, so toll-free is probably not anything that you really need. And then you have the private number, which is a number without a PIN, and that is $4.95 per month. So whichever one you choose is fine by me. Some people like the private number because it's just easy. They don't have a whole lot of PIN numbers to type in, and it just makes it easy, and they choose for that $4.95. Others go with the free service. Tonight, we're going to be showing you the free service, but again, you can choose any one of these services that you desire. Now, before we get into actually setting up an account with Simple VoiceBox, I need to let you know that My Econ has provided you with a sizzle line or a sizzle call that you can actually use and download. So I'm going to go to the back office and look and find that sizzle line. Good evening, Ms. Jackie Siebels. Thank you. Welcome to the call. All right, let's take a look at our back office in My Econ. If we go to our back office in My Econ, we're going to go down to the Document Center. All right, Martina, welcome to the call. All right, so down at the Document Center, we're going to see our documents, and we are looking for document 401, and document 401 is right here under presentation. Now, don't get confused because document 304 is the cash flow hotline. It's the 3-minute sizzle call phone number that you can use to send people to. Now, the difference is that this number belongs to corporate. So that number is the number that people can send people to listen to a 3-minute sizzle call. Okay, but that number belongs to corporate. What I'm going to teach you tonight is I'm going to teach you how to get your own sizzle line and how to get leads when people call in to listen to that 3-minute message. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to come over here under presentations, and you're going to want to download this audio file. So it's an MP3. You just click on it, and you'll download that audio file to your computer. I think I've already downloaded it several times, but I'll save it again, and it's downloaded to my computer. All right. Miss Pam Sam, welcome to the call. All right. So now that we know where the presentation or the MP3 is, one of the other things that I want to do is if you choose not to use the MP3 from the back office, there's nothing that says that you can't create your own. So you can create your own sizzle line, or maybe you want to get somebody that you want to write out a script and get a professional voiceover. So I'm going to show you what I've done in the past. I'm going to go over here to a website called Fiverr. And early on, when I got started in my econ, I actually created a sizzle call that was in Spanish. And so I went through the process of writing a script. I then went to Fiverr and I had someone translate my script into Spanish. So that cost me $5. And then I had a voiceover artist read that script in Spanish that could speak Spanish. That cost me another $5. And so I had a Spanish audio that cost me a total of $10. So I want to just kind of introduce you to Fiverr. If you've never heard of Fiverr, it is a great service that allows you to do a lot of different things. There's a lot of different things that you can get. You can get graphics, you can get translations, video animation. There's a whole bunch of things that you can get here. But what I'm looking for when I come here, let me log in real quick. That's my password. All right. So I've logged in. Now here you can get all different types of things, and I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time here tonight, but I promise you want to use Fiverr. If you've never heard of Fiverr, you definitely want to come here and get it. Look at that. Look at this right here. It says discover talented voiceover artists. And so what I want to do is I want to go over here and I'm going to click on voiceover. And what you're going to do is it'll ask you some questions. Do you want a male voice, a female voice? Are you flexible on that? And then you can come down and you can see all of these different people that do voiceover. Okay. And so if you need it immediately, there's people that deliver within 24 hours up to 3 days. Some of them obviously charge more. Starting at 10, starting at 45. Usually what these guys might do is they might include some music in the background. There's a lot of different things that they'll do. I'm going to stick with the $5. I'll go over here to this top rated seller here. Let's just say I want a male voiceover. I'm going to click on that. And what it's going to do is going to show me that for $5, I get a male voiceover. And usually it'll tell you how many words they'll do. All right. So let's take a look at what he has here. Boom, boom, boom. So you tell him the style and the things that you want. The number of words that he's doing is 25 words. So what you have to do is figure out what your script count is. So if you've got, let's just say you had 150 words. I don't know if it's going to adjust, because usually it'll tell you how many words he's going to do it for $5. Okay. All right. So see how I put in 150 words and it went up to $30. So you want to be careful. You want to make sure that you kind of watch out for those types of things. Also, what you'll see is all of the things that he'll add. Like he might proofread your script. That's $45. If you need him to do it in one day, that's $50, right? So it can get pretty expensive, but you can get this work done for $5. So you just gotta go and look around and see who's got what. Plus, all of these will have audios so that you can actually listen to the person's voice. So if I go here and click play, I'm going to be able to listen to their voice. And I'll be able to listen to several of their different audio jobs that they've done. So if I go down here, click this, and click play, I'm going to listen and hear previous audio jobs that they've done in the past. Okay, so with this individual, let's see if she has a limit on her number of words that she will do, and that's what you got to be careful of. You gotta watch. So hers is 25 words. 25 words for $5. So for every 25 words is $5. Okay, and so what you want to do is just kind of play around and find a good voiceover artist that's not going to be too expensive. Okay, in my opinion, $5 for 25 words is expensive, and I would continue to kind of look around and scroll through and see if I can find somebody that will do it for me for a lot less than what they're doing. Okay, so this gives you just an example. I'll take a look at one more just to see what he's doing here. All right, so see, here's a guy right here. He's probably just getting started. I want to listen to him, but for 500 words, he does it for $5. Now it takes him 7 days to deliver, but I'm okay with that. Okay, because my script is probably going to be around 500 words. So I can get that guy for $5. So those are the things that you want to be careful of as you begin to take a look at this. And what happens is you'll send in your script, and they will go ahead and take care of your order. And once your order is taken care of, they'll send it and upload it back to you, and you can download and check that order out. And so let me see. I think right here, these are some of my orders that I've had in the past. So all of these are just different orders that I've had in the past. And let me give you, I don't know, it's been a while since I did the voiceover for the Spanish one. Let's see. I got some spokesperson videos. I got some videos that I've done with people. Let's see. Got a WordPress website that I had built. Obviously, as you can see, I use this thing here we go. So I got this person to translate from English to Spanish. This was back in 2014, so it's been a while ago. But I gave them something to translate for. So I'm gonna open this one up, and you'll see I sent my script. Okay, and I said this is the message I would like to have translated into Spanish, and then they sent the Spanish document back to me. So now I had a Spanish document of my script, and then I went back, and let's see if I can find it. Then I went back and I had that script read in Spanish. So I found someone that could do voiceover in Spanish, and they were able to read it. So here we go. So I got the translation to Spanish. That was October 18th. It was delivered on the 21st. Then I turned around and I did the voiceover in Spanish on the 22nd. Now that cost me $20. So actually I lied. It didn't cost me $10. It cost me $25 to actually do that. And so the person sent me back an audio file that was in Spanish. Okay. So they sent me back the audio file. It was the MP3. They sent me back the audio file in Spanish. And then I went and I created a sizzle call for Spanish speaking folks. And I uploaded that sizzle call for Spanish speaking folks. That's what I did when I kind of first came into my econ. All right. And so you can do all different types of things. I love Fiverr. Obviously, I love it. You can see I've spent hundreds of dollars with this company to get different types of work done. So I suggest that you do that. So you can either use the audio file that's in your back office. You can create your own, or you can write your own script and then get a voiceover artist to do one for you. All you need is that MP3. You need that MP3 file. Now, once you have that MP3 file, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come over to this website called Simple Voice Box. Simple Voice Box, and you want to sign up for a voice box. Now, here's what we're going to do. I've already logged into my Simple Voice Box account. I'm going to go here to account info. just so that you can see what's on account info. Now I got to log back in. I guess I was logged out for too long. Let me log back in. All right, I got to use my number here. And let's see here. All right, so I'm logged back into my system. If I go here to account info, you'll see that it has all of my account info. It has whatever your password is. And here's what's important, the voice box type. So you got two different types of voice boxes. You have a playback only, and then you have a playback and record. Let me give you the difference between the two because it may determine what kind of voice message that you leave. So a playback only means when they dial that number, all they can do is listen to the message. And when the message is done, the message is done. There's nothing else that they can do. With a playback and record, typically with a playback and record, what that is they listen to the message, and then the message will say, now at the sound of the beep, please leave your name and number if you would like more information, right? Or you like somebody to call you. Now, I use playback only because I don't need their name. I don't need their name and number. There's a sneaky little trick that I'm going to show you here later on. I don't need the name and number. So I just do playback only. But if you are doing something where you want them to leave their name, their number, and their email address, then you'll want to do playback and record, not just playback only. Okay? So that's what you'll want to do. Now, once you get that set up, the next thing that you want to do is you want to set up a message. So you're going to go here to messages, and you're going to add a greeting. This says add greeting. And when you click on add greeting, you're going to choose your file. And this is going to be your MP3 file that we just downloaded from your website. So you'll choose whatever your MP3 file is, and then you'll upload that. Okay, I'm not going to upload it because I don't want to mess up what I've already got here. And once you upload it, you'll have your message that's here. And you can see the message is 3 minutes and 32 seconds. All right. And if you want to listen to it, you can actually listen to it. At that point, you're pretty much done. All you want to do is call your number, make sure that the message plays, and you're done. You're done on this end. You've created your sizzle line. You're done. Okay. Now, the next thing that you want to do is you want to start marketing your number. Now, before I get into places where you want to market your number, let me show you what happens every day that somebody calls and listens to your sizzle line. So once a day, this company will send you an email. And I'm going to show you simple voice box activity. All right, so I've cleaned out a lot of mine, but and I actually have not been using my sizzle line and marketing my sizzle line as much as I used to in the beginning. But you can see here on October 25th, I got an email from Simple Voice Box. If I open that, it tells me that that month I got 5 callers. Like I said, I haven't been promoting it, but that particular day I got 1 caller that day. And then what it shows me is it shows me the caller's phone number. And they listen for 4 minutes. So they listen to the whole message. So all I have to do now is I've got this phone number that the caller didn't leave the number. The system captured the number that called into that sizzle line. So see, a lot of times what happens is people are curious. They'll listen because they don't think that if it's a recorded call, they don't think that you know who they are. But what happens is the system sends you their phone number. And now you've got their phone number. And guess what? You can give that phone number a call and start acting like a customer support person. Like, for example, with this number, I would say, Hi, this is June Collier. You recently called a Sizzle line that had a 3-minute message on how to income shift. How you doing today? And then the person say, I'm doing great. Well, listen, my job is to follow up with everyone who called and listen in to that 3-minute audio to find out if there were any questions that you had and if I might be able to send you some more information on this topic called income shifting. Would that be okay with you? See, I'm just being a customer service person. So whether or not they get mad or whatever, it doesn't matter to me. So I would write out my script and I would just sound like I'm customer service. And all I'm doing is I'm following up with the individual who called the Sizzle line who was interested in getting an extra $200 back in their pocket. And I had a whole script. At one point. I would say, are you interested in getting extra $200 to $500 back in your pocket? And they would be like, yes. And I would say, well, we have associates that I can schedule some time with. I can schedule a 30-minute conversation with where they can actually walk you through on how to get a extra $200 to $500 back into your check potentially by doing an adjustment. Are you available to be in front of a computer where I can have one of our associates give you a call and actually walk you through that process? And they might say, yeah. And then what I would do is I would schedule the appointment. Now, I'm not saying that I didn't tell them that I would be the one that's calling them back, but I am going to be the one that's calling them back. But what I'm doing at this point is I'm getting the lead. I'm letting them know that we're here to help them. I'm being extremely professional. I sound like a customer service rep, which I am. And then I'm going to book an appointment with them to actually do the W-4, the front page of the W-4, talk to them about the W-4. Now, when I call them, let's just say they say, well, I'm available on Friday at 12 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and set up the appointment for Friday at 12 o'clock. When I call them, I'm going to say, hi, this is June Collier. I don't know if you remember me, but I called you to set up the appointment, and you actually rotated into my system as someone to follow up with and actually do the W-4 training. Is now a good for you? Great. Are you in front of your computer? Great. And then I'm going to give them a Zoom link or whatever you use to do your online training. That's why getting Zoom is important, because now I got this person and I'm going to go over the W-4 on the front page. Can I do that? Absolutely. I'm going to do that with them on the front page. May take me 5-10 minutes to do that on the front page. I'm not going to go on the back page. I'm just going to talk about the front page. And then I'm going to ask them questions. Would you like to learn how to get back even more? Have you ever thought about starting a home-based business? Do you have any children? Did you know that you can write off your children? Did you know that you can write off your business? You can write off your car, your meals and entertainment? No, I didn't know that. Well, listen, I love to schedule a private webinar that we're having this coming Wednesday night at 9 p.m. There's a gentleman by the name of Mr. Ivy Stokes, and he is fantastic. And he has a webinar that takes about 20-25 minutes, and they're going to show you how to write off all of your lifestyle expenses and put more money back into your pockets. And boom, I've got that person, and I now move them to the next step. Okay, so you got to treat your business like a business. And so the key here is the fact that you get an email every time somebody fills out that or calls in that number. So you can see here, and let's go to September 11th. You can see I got another number there. Boom, they called at 7:53 p.m. So it gives me the time and how long they stayed on. So they listened to the entire call. Okay, so I don't necessarily need their number. I don't necessarily need their name and email, because the system is going to send me their number automatically. And that's kind of sneaky, but that's how it works. All right, let's see if I got any questions that are coming in. Somebody says, I love Fiverr. Princella says, I love Fiverr also. Someone else says, can you have more than one number, one in English or one in Spanish? Yes, viewer number 25. You can actually set up different accounts with Simple Voice Box. You may need a different email address, however, to do so. I don't think you can set up multiple ones under the same email address. So you may have to have different email addresses to do that, because that's what I did at one point. Now, here's the other thing. If you don't get people that's calling into your number, after a certain period of time, they will shut the number down if it's not being used, especially if you're using the free one. Okay. So make sure that every so often, if you're not getting any calls on that line, that you call in on that line. Okay. Because I used to give out the Spanish line for everybody in my econ. And then somebody called me up and they said, man, that number's not working anymore. And I had to go check in, and I checked it, and it was because I hadn't gotten a lot of calls in on that number. So so that's why you got to make sure that you're actually marketing this number. All right. Princella says, would you email the prospect the W-4 in advance? Well, here's what I would do, Princella. Because I'm going to do a Zoom meeting, just like you guys are watching me, this is what I do. I have them watch. They could be on Join Me. You could do a Join Me. And here's what I do, Priscilla, is I just do this. I said, listen, I'm going to go to Google. We're going to type in W-4. And I'm just going to have them write that down. I'm going to say, now, when we get done, you can go to Google and do the same thing. But see, they're watching me because I'm doing a presentation with them. And then I'm going to say, it's the first result. It's going to come from the irs.gov website. It's called the Form W-4. So see, they know I'm not pulling their leg. I'm being very professional. I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and I'm going to say, now, Charlie, can you see this? And Charlie's going to say yes. And I said, now, this is the form that you fill out. And then I'm going to have Charlie read to me the purpose. And that means what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in real tight, and I'm going to say, Charlie, would you read the purpose? And I'm going to have Charlie read the purpose. And then once Charlie reads the purpose, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And then I'm going to say, do you remember filling out this form? Charlie's going to say, yeah, I filled it out, 6 years ago when I first started. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then we're going to go through, and I'm going to talk Charlie through the W-4 on the front page. And 9 times out of 10, because we know that 83% of the people overpaying their taxes, 9 times out of 10, Charlie is overpaying his taxes. Okay, so that's how I would do it. So the answer is, I would not email the W-4 in advance. I don't have to, because we're going to be looking at the W-4 as we go through that training. Okay, and there may be other things that I might want to do. I may go here and I may say, Charlie, check this out. And I may say, Charlie, what was the average tax refund in 2016? So I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to say, now, Charlie, there's a lot of different websites out here that talk about the average tax refund. But you'll see right here, according to the IRS, the average refund was $3,050, right? And that's coming, and Charlie, that's coming from CNBC. And, we'll scroll through and I'll look at, Forbes, and, there's several of them here. I'll say, but Charlie, let's take a look at from the IRS. Let's go directly to the IRS. And so I'm going to take him to the IRS, and I'm going to say, now, they have the best statistics and the best numbers. Charlie, we are at the IRS website, okay? And I'm going to say, Charlie, listen to this. Almost 40 million tax refunds worth nearly $125 billion have been issued as of February 20th. So they issued over $125 billion in refunds, okay, which the average refund is $3,120, okay? And so here's the thing that I want to tell Charlie. I'm going to say, now, Charlie, the next sentence lets you know that most people are overpaying in taxes. The IRS has processed nearly 50 million returns, about 1/3 of the total individual federal income tax returns the agency expects to receive this year, with almost 83% of those returns resulting in refunds. 83% resulting in a refund. So I'm going to have that conversation with Charlie and say, now, this is why we provide this service, so that you're not overpaying in taxes. Now, Charlie, I'm going to help you get back the money that you're overpaying in taxes. And this is a free service that we offer. But Charlie, we also have a service that actually shows you how to get back even more. Would you be interested in that, Charlie? Now, Charlie's going to be like, hell yeah, I'm interested in that. You just helped me get back my money for free, and then you're telling me that there's even more? Because, see, the average person doesn't know this information. And because I'm using the tools, I look very professional. I had a great sizzle number. I followed up with Charlie. I sounded very professional when I followed up with him. I set the appointment with Charlie. Then I had Charlie get on a Zoom meeting with me. I'm now on the computer and we're going through and I'm using Google. Charlie is familiar with Google. So I'm showing him, type in W4 in Google. Boom. Let's go back to Google. Let's type in the average tax refund in 2016. Boom. Let's go to the IRS website. Boom. So Charlie is reading this for himself. And I'm showing Charlie the truth. So at this point, I should have his confidence. And now I'm going to go in for the kill. And when I go in for the kill, I'm going to be like, well, Charlie, we love helping individuals. Hopefully, you won't have such a big refund. There's nothing wrong with a refund. We just don't want it to be $3,000 worth of refund. Maybe you'll get a refund of $100, $200, but there's actually more money on the table for you, Charlie. Would you be interested in learning about how to get back even more money? Now, if you got Charlie and you just went through all of this and you asked Charlie the question, would you be interested in learning how to get back even more money? What do you think you're going to get 99% of the time? You're going to get yes. And that's when you don't throw up on Charlie. You say, well, Charlie, we're having a private webinar that I'd like to invite you to. It's happening actually tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's a gentleman by the name of Ivy Stokes who's going to be doing the presentation. He's going to show you how you can get back even more money. Can I count on you to be on that call? Boom. We're going to schedule the appointment. I'm going to send Charlie all the information on how to get to the appointment at 9 p.m. At 8:30, I'm going to send Charlie a text message. I already got his phone number. I'm going to send him a text message reminding him of the 9 o'clock webinar. I'm going to let Charlie go and watch the webinar, and then I'm going to follow up with Charlie. Charlie, what did you like best about what you saw? And that's what we do. It's just that easy. All right, so Victor is on the line. Victor says, I just joined with online marketing. I have went through all of the steps I was instructed to do. Where do I find the training to begin building my capture pages? All right, Victor, I'll go over that, Victor. I'll say that for the end, okay? Hello, June. That has happened to me. What do I do to reestablish my number? So what you may have to do is you may have to go and log back into your account and reestablish, or you may have to end up just getting a new account. It just depends on what's going on. So you need to go and check on that. All right, so now that we've got our number, so we got our number, right? So I go right here. Where does it show me my number? It shows me my number somewhere. I can't remember where it showed my number. It sent me an email, so I know it's in my email, but I thought my number was somewhere on the website. I may be wrong. Let's see. Okay. So it does not show me on the website my full number. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. So on my email, if I click on my email shows me my number. So it shows me, here's my dial-in number, here's my extension, okay? So it shows me my dial-in and my extension here. So this is what I would use to actually log in, okay? So now that I've got my number, I'm going to start marketing my number. So the question is, where do you market your dial-in number? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to open up this presentation that I've done here. And this is where to post your Sizzle Call number. So you've got your Sizzle Call set up. You're all excited. You're ready to get started. So if you are a real leader, if you are hardcore, you're going to put your Sizzle number on your forearm. I'm just joking. I'm just I'm just joking. Don't do this. Don't do this. Do not get a tattoo of your Sizzle call number. All right. That's just a little joke. All right. All right. So the first place that I would put my Sizzle number is in my email signature. Every time I send an email out down here, and see, I don't promote my Sizzle number anymore. I just don't. I haven't, and I should. Okay. But I still get traffic. And the reason why I get traffic is because I send emails. I send emails all the time. And so people get down to the bottom of my email and it says get $200 to $500 back in your paycheck without asking your boss for a raise. Listen to this 24-hour pre-recorded call. Now, listen, guys, that sentence, that last sentence is very, very important. Listen to this 24-hour pre-recorded call. When you're marketing your Sizzle number, you want to make sure you use that line, because what that tells people is I can call this number and not have to worry about speaking with a live human being. Because people are nosy. If they knew that they were going to speak with somebody live, they wouldn't call. Like, here's something that trips me out all the time. I have videos on YouTube, and I got my phone number all over the place. And sometimes people will call me Sunday night at 12 o'clock, midnight. And depending on how I'm feeling, I might answer the phone. And it's funny because they go, I wasn't expecting anybody to answer the number, because they weren't expecting me to pick up the line. They were expecting to get an office or something. And sometimes when I answer the phone, they hang up because they weren't expecting to talk to a live person. So I want to put this sentence here, listen to this 24-hour pre-recorded call, so that they know that they're not going to speak with a human being. Their guard is down. They don't know is that when they call this number, it's going to record and collect their number so I can follow up with them. Okay? So that one sentence is very, very important. So we can do it on our email signature. Where else can we do it? How about our business cards, right? Maybe we should be putting our Sizzle number on our business cards. Now, here on this business card, I didn't do that, but we want to put our Sizzle number on our business cards. What's some other places? How about when you run classified ads? You ever seen the Thrifty Nickel or the Penny Pincher or Craigslist or Backpage? You know, those are all classifieds. And in those classifieds, you could run a classified that says, get $200 to $500 back without asking your boss for a raise. Pre-recorded phone call, and then put the number and the PIN number. Boom. That's it. That's your ad. And now these people are calling and they're listening to your 3-4 minute Sizzle call. And then you're following up at a later time. Pretty cool. Let's talk about another place that you can post this number. How about on the back of your brochures? You know, I like to use fluorescent labels on the back of my brochures because it brings attention. They see that vibrant green or pink or yellow, and I have the Sizzle number on that brochure. Okay, that works. How about flyers? Some of you are doing flyers out there, and so you want to put your Sizzle number on your flyers. So as you create flyers out there, put your Sizzle number on your flyer and have people call your number. How about drop cards? Now, I don't know if many of you have heard of these. I used to use these back in the day, and they definitely got some action items. They definitely got some action going. And I'm actually going to probably start doing this again. I would get these drop cards. They actually, when you fold them up, they actually look like money. And this is a funny thing. I got a whole bunch of these drop cards, and I got them in like a paper type feel. And I used to fold them, and I'd fold them up like they'd been in my pocket. And I got a Ziploc bag, and I sit there and watch TV, and I'd fold these drop cards up. I just fold them up, and I'd stuff them in a Ziploc bag. And it looked like I was a drug dealer because I had this Ziploc bag full of drop cards. And I would stuff a Ziploc bag up under the seat of each one of my cars or in the glove compartment. So whenever I'm out and about, you know, I go in the glove compartment. If I'm getting ready to go into the store, I go in the glove compartment. I pull out my Ziploc bag. I put a few of them, stuff them in in my pants pockets or whatever. And then I would just walk in the store and I'd drop them different places, right? And it got to the point, I'm going to tell you guys a story that was so funny. My kids, I got to the point where I had to stop because my kids started taking the drop cards and they thought it was funny because they saw, they would go and they would drop cards and then they'd turn around and go hide somewhere to watch people pick them up. And then they would just start laughing and all of that. So, that's not cool. So I had to stop my kids. But there was this one time we were traveling and we stopped to go to McDonald's. And my son wanted something to eat. And so I had some drop cards in my pocket. And I reached in my pocket to get my keys or something because I gave him some money because I was going to go to the restroom. And so he was going to go order his food. And so as I walked off, and I did not do this intentionally, as I walked off, one of the drop cards fell out of my pocket. And he saw that because he was behind me. He was a couple feet behind me. And there was a guy that was eating. And he said the guy got up immediately and stepped on the money and bent down, picked it up, and basically ran out the store. Right? And so when I came back out of the restroom, there were some people that were sitting there and they were pointing at me and they were like, he's the one that dropped his money. And my son was grinning the whole time because he knew what the hell just happened. And I think he thought I did it on purpose, but I didn't. And I was like, what's going on? He said, he told me about the guy who took the money and ran out the building. And so the people that were pointing at me, they thought that I had actually dropped $100 and had lost $100. And so before I left out of the restaurant, I walked over to them and I gave them a drop card. And they looked at it and they bust out laughing, right? And I can only imagine what that guy did when he, left the restaurant in such a rush and opened the $100 that he thought he had. That was pretty funny. But drop cards work really great. Here's another one. And this one is very, very inexpensive. It's called Post-it notes. So those yellow Post-it notes? So what you can do is you can get a stamp. And you can use your stamp and buy a stamp from Office Depot or whatever, and then just buy these Post-it notes and just stamp your Post-it notes, and then just take a pack of Post-it notes with you wherever you go. So a lot of times people put Post-it notes. I don't see them as much anymore, but they would put them on the back of bathroom stalls because they got that little sticky stuff on it, right? They put it on the back of bathroom stalls. When you go into the bathroom in a restaurant, they put it on the mirror. They would just put them all over the place. And let me go back to the drop cards. The other thing, and this is dangerous because you don't want to be in stores, but one guy would take these drop cards and he would go to the men's section where they had wallets, and he would put drop cards inside of the men's wallets. And then ladies, you could put the drop cards inside of ladies' purses, go to the Coach bags and all of that and start dropping these drop cards inside of the Coach bag. That's pretty interesting. There's a lot of great places that you can use these techniques with. But the Post-it notes are very inexpensive. I've seen people put them on red box machines. I've seen them put them on Coke machines, just anywhere that people are. I've seen people, how you pull up the McDonald's at the drive-thru? And I've seen people put Post-it notes right there where that drive-through window is. The drive-through person can't see it, but the next person that's driving up can, and they see the Post-it notes there. So these are great marketing tools that you can drive back to your phone number or your website and really start building your leads. This is an example of somebody at the gas station. Part-time work, flexible schedule, $3,000 to $4,500 a month plus bonus. They got the number. I probably put a little bit more on there. Like I said, call the toll-free number, blah, blah, blah. But this is a prime example of a sticky note, and it's very, very easy. It's very, very easy to do. This is very, very easy to do, and there's tons of different places where you can do that. Let's take a look and see. I got some comments that are coming in. Somebody's laughing about the tattoo. Yep, I was the queen of doing this, coach. We called it mailbox marketing until I had to talk with the postmaster. Yeah, so you want to be careful, right? One of the things, so we had to stop on the mailboxes. Yeah, one of the things that you want to be very, very careful of is with stuff like this. Don't overdo it. Like if you if you go in a neighborhood and you put these on every mailbox in the neighborhood, that might get annoying and that might get some attention, right? But if you do this in your everyday life, like every time you go to the gas station, you put some gas in the car, and boom, you put a sticky note at that pump and just move on. Then, you're just moving, you're just doing life, and you're marketing as you do life. As you go along. If you go to Walgreens and you walk out of Walgreens, you see the red box there. You boom, put a sticky note on the red box. If you go somewhere and there's a Coke machine somewhere, boom, just put one right there. But you don't have to just plaster all over the place. You could just be selective and just do it in your normal everyday life, and you'll definitely get some traffic and get people to calling. So just some interesting ways of doing that. All right, great. All right, so that is what I have on the sticky notes and the sizzle line. See, all you need to do is set up your sizzle line, and then these are great ways to do offline marketing. See, sometimes you don't have to always do online marketing. You can actually do offline marketing that brings people back to online. So this is a great technique to use. All right, so let's hop out of this and let's answer the question that I got from, let me go back here. I got a question from Mr. Jackson. I believe it was Mr. Victor Jackson. Okay, so Mr. Jackson says, this is what Mr. Jackson says. He says, I just joined with the online marketing. I've went through all of the steps I was instructed to do. Where do I find the training to begin building my capture pages? So great question. I'm going to show you where that is. So if you got any other questions on the Sizzle call, go ahead. There is a chat button in your Join Me window. You can type in your question. I'll answer your question. I'm going to jump over and take care of Mr. Jackson's question. I am done with the Sizzle call training for tonight. We'll take care of Mr. Jackson's question. If there are any other questions, I'll take care of that as well. So let's go and log in to the online marketing system real quick, Mr. Jackson, and I'll get that for you. So we'll go here to our online marketing system. I'm going to log in, and I'm just going to log in. Boom, boom, boom. My members. So here's what I'm going to do. Mr. Jackson. So we'll find Mr. Jackson. There's Mr. Jackson right there. He's an elite. All right, so Mr. Jackson, here's what we're going to do. You've gone through all of the training. That's great. So the first place that you're going to find information on how to create your capture pages is right here under Elite University. If you click on Elite University and you click on Get Started, this is going to talk about the drag and drop editor. This is where you learn to create your capture pages, the drag and drop editor, as well as the create web page. So those are going to be the two areas that you want to go through and learn how to create your own capture pages. So if I click here on drag and drop editor, you're going to get the tutorial here. I'm just going to hit the play button here. It's 11 minutes. But what it's going to do is it's going to take you through how to create your first capture page. It's going to take you through the wizard. I'm kind of fast forwarding here so you can see. All right. So as you can see, it takes you through that process of, what template you want to use. Do you want your video at the top? Or you want your video on the left? You want a picture? This is your capture page. So it walks you through the whole process. What color do you want your capture page to be? Boom. What's your background image that you want to use? You can either use a background image, you can use a background color, or you can use a background video on your capture page. So that's there. Let's go a little bit further. What does this cover? I think we did the background video there. That's me showing you how to use a background video. What information do you want to capture? You want to capture first name, email, phone number. So this whole video, this 11-minute video, is called the Drag and Drop Editor Tutorial. It's going to show you how to create your capture page. And let me go back and show you where that's at. If you go down here to step number 5, because you are an elite member, if you click on step number 5, which is Elite University, and then go right above Elite University, click on Get Started, you're going to see the link for Drag and Drop Editor, and it's going to teach you how to create your own capture page. So, Mr. Jackson, I hope that answered your question. If it did, go ahead and say yes, and that will be it. All right. So we just showed Mr. Jackson where to go to create his own capture pages. I don't see any other questions that are in the chat room. Mr. Jackson says, yes, that answered my question. Excellent. All right, I got another question. Viewer number 1, when I went to get a video from YouTube and upload it, it wouldn't show the video. All right, great question. So here's what you did, viewer number 1. When you go get a video from YouTube, and I don't know why the system does this, but let's just say I'm just going to click on any video here. Let's just say I'm going to click on this video right here. All right. I'm going to wait till the video actually comes up. Let me get this. All right, skip the ad. All right, so this is the actual video, okay? Now, on YouTube, you have 2 places where you can get your link. You probably, viewer number 1, you probably went right over here where it says share, and you probably grabbed that link right there. It's going to say HTTPS YouTube, some number right behind it. I'm 100% confident that that's what you did. You grabbed that link right there. Unfortunately, or fortunately, the system does not recognize, for whatever reason, this link. What you have to do is you have to grab the long link. See, this is like a URL shortener. This is a YouTube shortener. They shorten the link for that video. So when you're uploading your links in the capture page system, the short links don't work. You have to actually grab the full link. So this is the full link up here. And if you grab that full link, I promise you it will work for you, okay? And just make sure that you're not getting, because sometimes when you go on a capture page or when you go to get a video, it'll have something like ANP equals, something. What you want is you want to get everything right before the and symbol. So you'll leave that and stuff off. You just grab right here where Q is, and you'll grab all of that stuff right there. You'll copy that and then use that link in your capture page, and I guarantee you it will work. All right? So viewer number 1, I hope that answered your question. Go ahead and type yes if that answered your question, because I know that was what the problem is. Okay, so you probably just grab this link instead of the link in the URL. All right, viewer number 1 says, also, when I went to get the embed code to upload to a site, it was not hyper red. Okay, when I went to get the embed code to upload to a site. What embed code? All right, tell me what embed code that you're talking about. Okay. All right. This is what we do here on the Tuesday night call. We get those from the back office. All right, let's go to the back office. Viewer number 1, will you type your name so that I can go with the banners? All right, boom. Good. What's your name, viewer number 1? I always like to log in with the person. Tracy. You got a last name, Tracy? There's probably a lot of Tracys in the system. Tracy Shaw. All right, let's go here. Let's go look for Tracy Shaw. Boom, there's Tracy Shaw. She's an elite member. I'm going to log in under Tracy Shaw. Oh, I'm sorry. Tracy as a male. Tracy. My bad, Tracy. Tracy said, all right, so Tracy, we're going to go down here to 100. Tracy said 110%. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. All right, so we're going to go down here to banners. So if you're going to copy a banner, this is the code that you need. So this is going to be the code right here. All right. Now, this code has to be used in a website that will allow you to put HTML in that website. So let me give an example. So Tracy, I'm using your website here. I'm copying this code for this particular banner. I'm going to go to WordPress.com. I've got an account over there, and I should be able to do this in WordPress. So give me one quick second as I go to WordPress. I'm logged in. Let me go to one of my sites. Let's click on my sites. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Let's add a site page. So I'm going to add a page. And I'm going to call this page. Let me do the code here. All right. So I got an HTML code here. I'm going to go ahead and paste this in. So that's the code that I got from my website, right? And if I go back to the visual, you'll see that it just pulled it up. I'm in WordPress. I'm not over here in the My Econ site. And if I save it and I click on preview, it shows my WordPress website. It shows the banner, and you can see if I hyperlink over, if you look right down here, I'm gonna do it again. You'll see your link here. If I move my mouse over this image right down here in the bottom, it keeps disappearing because I'm not on the image. But I want you to look, if you can see where my mouse is. I want you to look right down here where my mouse is. I'm gonna hover over it. You'll see that it goes to your website and it says user equals Tracy M. Shaw. So if I click on this link, if I click on this image, it's going to take me to your page. Okay. So I'm not quite sure where you're pasting that hyperlink or that HTML, but you just have to grab all of this. And let's just say I'm going to use this one. Let's use this one here. I'll grab this right here, grab the whole thing. I'm going to copy it, and you just got to go somewhere on the website that will allow you to, put in the HTML. So let's see here. I don't use this a lot. Let's see here. Site page. I just added another page. I got a whole bunch of pages here. Let's put edit here. I'm going to edit this page. I was doing some testing on some other stuff here, so don't worry about that stuff right there. I was doing something earlier last week. I'm going to go to HTML. I'm going to go ahead and paste this in, and then we'll hit visual, and boom, there it is. So the HTML actually works. So I think I got a question that came in. Let's see what he says. But if the image shows it's not hot for some reason, I can show you if that was okay after you finish here. I use Wix. Okay, I'm not familiar with. I know what Wix is. I'm not familiar with it. But it should make it hot. It should make it hot. I trust me. I do believe you. It's probably something simple. What can I tell you? Well, I'll tell you what. Get with me. Not tonight, because after this, I'm going to be closing down for tonight. But viewer number one, if you will schedule or just send me an email, schedule some time with me. sometime this week, I'll take a look at your Wix account and we'll take a look and see, what it is, but it should work because it's working over here in WordPress, and it's just probably something unique with Wix. If you just got to figure it out. All right. So we'll take care of that. So just, Mr. Shaw, just give me a ping, give me a call, or send me a text or something. Hit me up on Facebook, and just let me know when you want to talk, and I'll go over it with you. All right. Let me give you my number just in case you don't have it. So the number is 678-837-5863. All right, not a problem, not a problem. All right, are there any other questions out there? It has been fun. It has been fun. Had a great time tonight. I hope you got some good, valuable information tonight on creating that sizzle call, going over here using Fiverr. Fiverr has just a ton of amazing things that you can do on Fiverr and pay people to do for the low. Get that done. Simple Voice Box is definitely where it's at. You want to make sure you get your Simple Voice Box account and start using that. And that's all that I got for you tonight. So with that being said, I don't have any other questions that are coming in. No one has typed in any questions. So I want to thank you all for diving into the Tuesday night webinar. Just so that those of you that know this, because I had a young lady that said, someone said, do we have to create a sizzle call? No, you don't have to create a sizzle call. MyEcon already has one created for you. But if you use the MyEcon sizzle call, you won't get this information. Okay. So this is why I always tell people, if you're going to use a sizzle call, to create your own, so that you can get these emails that give you the phone numbers. That's what you want. Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Really do appreciate that. For the rest of you, just so that you know, because I had a young lady that said, hey, I was on your call on Tuesday. How do I find the replay? And she didn't realize that she needed to be a member of the online marketing system. So if you are not a member of the online marketing system, you can't get the replays, the webinar trainings, and all this other good stuff. So what you'll want to do is, when you log into your MyEcon website, you're going to want to go to Tools. Let's log into our back office here real quick. You'll go down here to Tools, and you will find the online marketing system, and that's where you can sign up for the online marketing system and have access to everything, okay? Not just these Tuesday night calls, but you can have access to the whole system. I'm excited because we're working on Online Marketing System 3.0, and if you think that this is pretty good, we're gonna push 3.0 to the limit. So I don't know when it's gonna actually come out. We're just now beginning to start, figure out some things, what we want it to do, and really get some things going. So it's gonna be several months from now. I mean, it's gonna be a long time from now before it actually is released. But it is going to be a game changer. I promise you that. We've been doing the online marketing system now, I guess, about 2.5 years, and we've learned a lot over the process of the last 2.5 years. And so we're going to take all of that information that we've learned, and we're going to do a new and improved Online Marketing System 3.0. And I'm expecting the 3.0 to knock the doors off. When you see it, everybody's going to want it. So get plugged in as soon as you can, because we're doing a lot of great things. So this is June Collier, VP of Marketing with MyEcon. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless. Good night. And we'll talk to you next Tuesday, same time, same number. Good night, everyone.